As we prepare for the upcoming release of the Lord of the Rings series, we decided to join the adventure, be merry and have a toast, as we unbox the first 2 series of the Lord of the Rings Deluxe Action Figures from Diamond Select, plus a special bonus figure that you're going to think is pretty precious. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more fun and special offers from Toyshnip.com. As a special bonus just for watching, remember to keep an eye up in the balcony for a special discount code that's going to save you 15% on your purchase at Toyshnip.com. And now, let the adventure begin. This September, the legend begins as Amazon Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power brings to the screens for the very first time the heroic legends of the fabled Second Age of Middle-earth's history. But before you jump into this new adventure, it's important to understand how it all started. The Lord of the Rings originally was an epic high fantasy novel series, written in stages between 1937 and 1949 by J.R.R. Tolkien. The story was to be the sequel to The Hobbit, and takes place in the Middle-earth, sometime in the days of wizards, elves, and great kingdoms, all on a quest for power. Power of which was given in the forms of rings by Sauron, an evil Dark Lord hoping to turn all to evil. The only way to stop this power is to destroy the One Ring of Sauron, which was lost after he was defeated in battle. The ring is then discovered, but the only way to truly destroy it is to return it to where it was created. And so the quest begins. Today it's known as one of the best-selling books ever written, which is why it just had to be turned into a movie. In 2001, Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring hit theaters, followed by The Towers in 2002, and The Return of the King in 2003. The Lord of the Rings fandom soared after that, and so did the collectibles. So much so that 20 years after its original release, collectible company Diamond Select released a whole new series of figures based on the first 3 films. In 2021, Diamond announced that it would launch 3 new series of figures. Each series included 2 new figures in 7-inch scale form with movie likeness, accessories, and includes a piece of the Sauron Build-A-Fig. Each figure was designed by Eamon O'Donoghue and sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. Now let us assemble this fellowship and check out series 1 and 2 of this awesome collection. All of these figures come in the same hang tag packaging with a different image on the back side from their individual series. On the front we have a full color window box that extends to the top and reveals the figures as well as their accessories and Build-A-Figure parts. You can see that these are intended for ages 8+, and we have the Diamond Select Toys logo in the top corner. At the bottom we have the Lord of the Rings logo, as well as an image of Frodo, Gandalf, and the Build-A-Figure character Sauron, and underneath the name of each figure. The window box continues to the side with the Lord of the Rings logo on the bottom. On the back side is where you're going to see the only big difference in the boxes. A large photo of the figures from each of their series are right in the middle. At the top you can see what series they're actually from. So there's series 1 and series 2. At the bottom you'll see the image of the Build-A-Figure as well as other figures available in the series, a brief description of the character, the New Line Cinema logo, and of course the Diamond Select logo again. The epic new series of Lord of the Rings action figures kicks off with the original odd couple with Gimli and Legolas, straight from Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. Gimli was a dwarf in the House of Durin and a member of the Fellowship of the Ring. Unlike other dwarves, he readily fought alongside elves in the War of the Ring at the end of the Third Age. Alright, so here is the dwarf Gimli, right from the film. He's in 7-inch scale, but not 7 inches tall because he is a dwarf. So he's just about 6 inches tall, and he just has amazing detail right out of the film. From his helmet up top, look at all the detail, not only the paint, but also in the mold. His hair, his beard, everything is just painted with very fine detail, and even around back. He's got this mat here and a pouch. Looks like he can actually hold some of his weapons there, all the way down into his boots. Now he's fully articulated with 16 points, including his head, his shoulders, his biceps here, his elbows, his wrists, down into his waist area here, and his legs, his knees, and also his ankles. His accessories include a double-headed axe with, again, fine detailing. Look at that. And then 2 single-headed axes. They're both different, but still Very fine detail in the axes. And then he also has 2 interchangeable hands that you can swap out, because these hands are definitely not going to work. They're more open, so they're not going to work for holding his axes. And his Build-A-Figure part is the head or helmet of Sauron.
Well, this is a thing unheard of. An elf will go underground, when a dwarf dare not. I'd never hear the end of it.
Legolas was a cinder elf who was part of the Fellowship of the Ring in the Third Age. With his keen eyesight, sensitive hearing, and excellent bowmanship, Legolas was valuable to the Fellowship in their journey across Middle-earth. He was well known for becoming friends with dwarf Gimli, despite their long-held differences. So here is elf Legolas. He stands about 7 inches tall, and a lot taller than Gimli, and you can just see the detail right off the bat in this character. Look at his hair. You can see the braids in his hair. Very fine detail all the way around in his hair, down to his pointy ears, all the way down through his clothing. Look at this quiver, all the detail of the quiver on his back here. And it can actually hold arrows, and it looks like his long knives. And that just continues all the way down through this figure, all the way to his feet. Look at those boots. You can see the ties. They even put the detail of the ties in the boots. Now, when we're talking about accessories, I know I said here it looks like his quiver can actually hold knives, but he does not come with any knives, so that's kind of strange. But he does come with 3 arrows, which he's an expert in shooting, and then this bow. And look at the detail in this bow. And this is actually a string here. So in theory, you could, oh, there is a little notch in there too. In theory, you could actually shoot an arrow. Wow, that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. And then he also includes the right arm and the right leg of Sauron, and including the one ring is even on the finger there. That's really neat. So he is fully articulated. We have his head movement, his shoulders move, not his biceps here, but we do have movement in his elbow that can actually go around and up and down into the wrist, the same there. Now, unlike Gimli, we do have some movement up here in our torso because he is taller, and then down in the waist section here, his legs, his knees, and then his ankles.
I thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
Series 2 features the Hobbit that started it all and the Witch King Nazgul. Frodo Baggins was a Hobbit of the Shire in the late Third Age. He's commonly considered Tolkien's most renowned character for his leading role in The Quest of the Ring, in which he bore the One Ring to Mount Doom. Here is Frodo. He stands just under 6 inches tall. Remember, hobbits are small. And he has just great detail, just like the other characters. You can see his shaggy hair all the way around his head. Look at his bright blue eyes, though, even down into his lips. There's great detail in his vest and his coat, down to the scabbard here that holds his sting sword. And look at that detail in that. And we keep going even to the hair and the dirt. He has dirty feet from obviously not wearing shoes, but even those fine details are captured in this figure. Now, he does have full articulation of his head, his shoulders here, his elbows, his wrists, down into his waist, and then his legs also can turn here, as well as in the knee, and then down into his ankle as well. Now, when we're talking about accessories, he does come with his sting sword that, again, is very highly detailed there, and that fits really nicely into his scabbard. And he also comes with the light of Arendelle, which we know helped light his way. Now, as Sauron goes, he comes with the upper torso, where we're going to put our arms and attach his head to, and also the cape of Sauron. And just to give you an idea, look at how long that cape is compared to our figure.
Stay away! Frodo! I swore to protect you. Can you protect me from yourself?
Nazgul, or Black Speech for Ring Wraths, are the dreaded ring servants of the Dark Lord Sauron in the Middle Earth throughout the Second and Third Ages. Now this is by far the heaviest and tallest of these figures yet, coming in at just over 7 inches tall, and I didn't think you could get so much detail in such a dark character, but if you just look at this, the mold that was used in this, and all the ripples of the garments that he is wearing is really just captured beautifully here, from the hood of the character all the way around the back, and the different painting that's used, the different shades of kind of black and gray, really help show all the layers of the rags and clothes on this character. And what makes it even spookier is he has no face. It's just hollow. I can actually stick my finger inside there, so there's not like just like a black covering, but there literally is no face inside there. And then the only thing that is not black on him is going to be his hands and his feet, which seem to have some sort of metallic armor on them. Just like the others, we have movement in the head, we have movement in the shoulders, the bicep here, the elbow, and the wrists. We do have some movement in the waist, but underneath the cloak, that's going to be. And then down into his legs, it's kind of tough to see here. They can come out. We got some movement in the knee, right up here, and then down into the ankles as well. Now he comes with 2 swords, one that's in a sheath and one that is not. And you can see the fine detail in the accessory of the sword there itself. And then we also have a dagger that also comes with a sheath. And lastly, this figure comes with the lower portion of the Sauron torso. Now as a bonus, we get to check out this precious Gallum Deluxe Action Figure that's part of the series. So now Gallum comes here in a very different style window box compared to the others. You can see him on the front with the Lord of the Rings logo on the bottom, and then the Diamond Select logo up on the top. To the right, we have this special ring styled window showing off the accessories. And on the other side, we have a very similar window showing off his alternate heads, hands, and a few fish. And around back, we have the Lord of the Rings logo and a description of the rings. Once a peaceful hobbit known as Smeagol, the wretched creature called Gollum has been twisted into his misshapen form by the One Ring of Sauron, which he carried in the deep caves of the Misty Mountains. It was there that he met Bilbo Baggins and lost the ring to him, driving Gollum into a mad fury. He swore to get his revenge, and his long quest to reclaim the ring began. So here is Gollum, and he gets the deluxe treatment in this new action figure. It really just reflects his physical transformation as he is corrupted by the power of Sauron's ring from over the years. He actually comes on this piece of Mount Doom, and you can see he's got little holes in his feet, so he can actually sit right atop there. But if we take him off, you know, he's obviously in a hunched up little pose here. If we were to stretch him out though, he would stand just about 4 inches tall. Lots of detail. Look at his face, the pointy ears. You can see his teeth, his blue eyes, and he's got so much detail on him that just looks like dirt because he's living in a cave all these years. And the detail just continues all the way down into his toes. You can see the dirt there on his knees, and just a realistic figure that looks like he was taken right out of the movie. Now he comes with 3 interchangeable heads. There's the one that's on him, and then there's 2 more, one that's more a Gollum form and one that looks more innocent. And then he comes with alternate pairs of hands that can be swapped out, including one that's holding the One Ring. Then he also comes with 2 fish as accessories, and then, as we talked, a rock formation for him to climb from the depths of Mount Doom. Now he also comes with a bonus axe for Gimli, and 3 more arrows for Legolas, And remember how I said earlier that Legolas's quiver had space for his long knives, but that they didn't come with it? And here we actually have his long knives. So let's bring him back into the picture. We'll add 3 more arrows here, and that really fills him up there. And then these are going to fit nicely right down. And there he is. He is fully loaded and ready. And finally, his articulation. We have articulation in his head, up in his shoulders, his elbow here, and his wrists. We have movement in his lower torso area. His legs can also go out and around, down into his knees, and then down into his ankles.
I'm not sending him away. Come to me.
Wow, and that was just Series 1 and 2. We still have Series 3 to open. All of these are available for you to start your own fellowship over at Toyshnip.com.
All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
And that being the case, my time is up. So stay tuned and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on part 2, where we unbox Series 3 and do the Build-A-Fig of Sauron, and check out this exclusive Lord of the Rings collectible that was made for San Diego Comic-Con. Remember, if you didn't catch the discount code up in the balcony, go back and rewatch the video so you can save 15% on your purchase at Toyshnip.com. I'm Turco from Toyshnip, and we'll see you next time. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more fun from Toyshnip.com.